Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Common Tongue Podcasts, where this week we continue our conversation with James Robertson, who is the author of the Next Life Universe books. So hopefully you're excited for this one. I just had a lot of fun getting to know him and talking to him. We talk a lot about just different things, mostly with audiobooks and anything that has to do with like music, or not music, but rather voice production with audio, in terms of what we do with audiobooks and podcasting. It was really interesting to get to learn his process and what just the stuff that he does with his own IP. So hopefully you guys enjoy this episode. I really did. My quality is really bad. It's been going weird. I know. I'm sorry. Forgive me. But stick around towards the end of the episode because we have some bonus content from James. So if you guys are ready, let's just jump into it. Hello, sir.
Hello.
How are you doing? It's been a minute since I talked to you last.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Just been busy. Sounds like you've been busy too, though. So
Yeah, you can put that mildly. Let's just say. Please, if you could, we have another return guest. Introduce yourself and state what you do for the record.
my name is James G. Robertson, and I am a self-published author, indie author, and audiobook producer pretty much at this point. So
Well, there you go. That's honestly, I've recently tried getting into audiobook narration. It's hard to get into that crowd.
it is.
Or at least it feels like it to me,
Oh, do you mean like recording? Like to
Yeah.
your
So
voice? Okay.
actually, recording and doing narration for that kind of stuff.
Okay. Have you tried on Fiverr? Because that's where I get a lot of my clients from.
Oh,
So
really? Fiverr?
yeah.
Oh no. See, I've been trying to go through Amazon.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't even know they offered that really. So yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think it's called. Actually, I'm not going to say that because I don't even know if that is that. I'm going to look it up real quick.
Okay.
Um,
But yeah, I think Fiverr is a good way to start because you can kind of set your own price and then you can just start with like small scripts and put your
uh-huh.
price low at the start is what a lot of people do to just kind of get reviews, I guess, and
Okay.
then slowly increase it. So
So ACX, that's what it's
okay,
called.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, there's a whole thing on, how to get, uh, what's the technical word for it? They're auditions
mm-hmm.
for different audiobooks, and you can do it by, whatever content that you want your voice to be associated with, I guess.
Yeah. I that's not bad, but the only downside about that is cuz Findaway Voices offers something similar. But
Really?
it's not really the author picking, it's more of Amazon as a company picking the voice at that point
Uh-huh.
cuz they it's like a subcontract system, I guess you could say, because the author puts in they want someone with this kind of voice, and Amazon will basically or find a way voices will say, oh, this guy sounds good, and blah blah blah, and so
Yeah.
yeah, you're
See,
kind of
again, like I don't know any of this. So I'm not aware of the culture. I'm just trying to make a living with my voice.
yeah. Well,
I
there
don't
you
know.
go.
It's just
Fiverr's a really good place to start. It's from my
okay.
experience has been 90% positive. There's been a few issues, but nothing like major.
Right.
So it's pretty
Okay,
good.
no, yeah, I'll definitely have to check out Fiverr then because I've been trying to pump myself up about
Mm-hmm.
auditions on ACX, and I haven't been able to. I did one, and it did not go over as well as I had hoped,
Yeah,
which makes sense.
and the good thing about that is you can kind of put your own reels there, like your own like voiceovers that you've done. So you could even do like your podcast here and stuff like that to kind of because they let you do like audiobooks and there's like just normal
Oh,
narration and then TV ads some people do, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of wild.
That's great. I mean, no, yeah, I'm definitely have to look at that more because voice stuff is definitely, what I do want to get into. So
Yeah, I would definitely just check it out. But anyway, enough about Fiverr.
yeah, no, yeah. So to everybody who doesn't know this, I mean, he mentioned it, but James records his own, not podcast. That's my job. Audiobooks,
Yes.
right? You did
Yes.
all that work by yourself, and if you stick around to the end of the episode, we have a clip for you of his book. Now, which book is this?
This one is The Ripper, and
Okay.
I think I sent you 2 clips.
Let me.
Or I at least linked you a second. So
Yeah, I have the one from the 25th of February.
oh yeah, that's the one. So in that one, I do the narration obviously, and then I do like all the audio edits and add in the sound effects and stuff. And
Oh, really?
and then I also did the character Jack is the Ripper himself, I guess. So
So he has a different voice.
yeah, so I did that voice, but then for the most of the rest of it, it's like other actors, which again I got from Fiverr.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so
Well, look at the bright side. If you need any more voices, I'm more than willing to help you out with that.
there you go.
So,
yeah,
see,
it's
and this is
a lot of work.
oh, man, podcasting is so much fun because I get to meet so many new people.
Get to
I don't
learn
know-
some new things.
Oh no, absolutely. So I tried doing my first stream over the weekend, and it was not good. Let's just
No?
put it that way. It was awful.
Like a Twitch stream or
Yeah, Twitch streaming. Yeah.
okay. So what was the issue?
A lot of things. So the main issue is that I was playing. Are you familiar with League of Legends?
Yes.
Okay, so are you familiar with Teamfight Tactics?
No.
Okay,
Not at all.
so that is Riot's version of auto chess, kind of, but with League characters.
All right.
And so I was playing a couple rounds in a couple games in TFT, and I could hear everything on my end, which is normal. But it said in the interface with Streamlabs that everything was running, that it could hear everything, and that it was going through.
But
and so I had a friend of mine who was watching the stream as well, just to give me a little bit of feedback. She said it was fine too, and it wasn't when I went back to go watch the VOD of it, basically.
Well, she was hearing it, but it didn't get carried over, or
yeah, I don't know what happened, so I have to try and figure that out. And then there was a soundtrack plugin, like a music plugin that I was trying to use. And again, it was catching it in Streamlabs, and for some reason, it did not translate to the stream. It was really weird. Odd. And I was just like, oh, great. This is not good, because I was actually recording an episode live when I was doing one of the streams.
Oh, no. Yeah.
And I'm not even kidding. The whole stream is just me in silence and then making commentary, basically.
Oh, no.
It was not good at all. So, was it like that for you when you started doing the audiobook narration? Like, you thought everything was working and then nothing happened?
Not that. It's just more because I already did my first audiobook, but I basically scrapped it. Like the first one. Yeah, so there were too many. I didn't have like the proper sound equipment at that time, so that kind of hurt me, and I didn't realize it until like a month after I did it. Like I went back and listened to it, and I just heard like a bunch of pops and stuff, and I'm like, oh no. And I actually tried to work with a guy to salvage it, but he eventually gave up and gave me a refund. And so I just scrapped the project altogether, and I'm just gonna over. Yeah, that's my plan after this audiobook here. Is to go back and do that when I do the second edition of that book. I'm just gonna do a new audiobook with that as well. So Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's not the worst thing. I will say though, I was so mad at myself because so previously I was working with a different mic.
Uh-huh.
And I have two. I have a mic that I bought, and then a mic that my wife owned previously,
Okay.
which actually was got me into podcasting. And for some reason, when I was working in Utah, everything sounded just fine. Everything was working just fine.
Mm.
And then when, oh no, maybe I am thinking about this differently. No, yeah, because when I moved here, I switched to using my mic because I
Uh-huh.
was initially using hers. I was using hers first, and then I switched over to the mic that I had bought. And when I moved here, I started using my mic, and I was like, man, all this audio just sucks. It is not good audio. And I was so upset because in one episode, it was just peaking everywhere.
Oh
Just
no.
like not good at all.
Yeah.
And I managed to salvage it by making it sound like I was talking through a walkie-talkie or
Yeah.
something. It was not good. But I did eventually switch back to the old mic that I was using, my wife's mic, and now everything just sounds fine. It's perfect.
Oh,
And
there you
it
go.
was so annoying because it was 4 episodes I think that sounded like that. It was not good.
That's not fun.
No, yeah. So I definitely get where you're coming from. You're just like, crap. So much so that where I had to re-record an episode with a friend of mine who had done one way beforehand. So it was not fun.
Yeah, it's kind of all a learning curve. I mean, I think I'm starting to get the gist of the business and everything now. So
Yeah,
it's
it is a
been
very
about a
high
year,
learning
so
curve too.
yeah. You especially when you have so much, like you got to do writing, then you got to do editing or work with an editor, and then you got to direct your audiobook, edit your audiobook, add sound effects, edit the audio so it all sounds like the same level. It's a little complicated. Like this is honestly taking me. I thought I'd be done, like, because when I recorded the first one, I was just working with my own voice and my character voices.
Mhm.
So it wasn't too bad. I think the edits took me like maybe like a week after I did it, but this I have to go in and crop these voice lines to match with these voice lines to match with the story. And then make sure everything's leveled. On top of that, it gets very overwhelming. So I think this is going to take me at least until the end of this month, if not a little into April, before I'm finally done after all the post processing edits I have to do. So
Oh man, that's crazy.
yeah, it's not really a solo person job for the level of effort I'm putting into this, but
No, I mean I totally get that too because when I first started, I wanted to make a business out of it. So
yeah.
because I want to expand eventually. One of the things I want to expand into is a group of friends of mine. We are doing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that, and I'm also the casting director for an audio drama that I'm working on with a friend of mine as well. And then I also do sports commentary over esports, and then I also do and then the narration and such.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm doing a lot of stuff, and I'm just like, maybe I should slow down for a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
this
really
is
focus on one thing at a time.
yeah, basically. And the funny thing about the podcast is that I've gotten it down to where I know I can edit an episode, a 1 hour episode, in about 5 hours.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
And that's everything. That's that's editing, that's EQing, that's putting in the ads, putting in the intro and the outro, putting in the intro track, and then making and uploading the social media posts and everything.
Yeah. All right.
But oh man, it was so weird making a business. The whole process that's something that I think everybody needs to do, is at least look at the process of creating your own business.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter what field. Like, there's a lot of similarities, especially between us, like with the audio section.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah.
So what equipment do you use when you're doing your audio recordings?
I use a Audio Technica AT 2020.
Yep, that's what I have.
Okay, yeah, it's a really nice mic. So,
Or at least that's my mic. My wife owns she owns an AKG P220.
okay,
That's
okay.
what she works with.
So, is there just like an issue with yours, or do you the one you
I
got, or because
don't know. What interface do you use?
I just have the USB plus, so it's
Oh,
plug and
see,
play. So
mine's a little different. I have a Focusrite interface.
oh, okay, yeah, yeah. See, I
So
don't know anything about that, so I just went with the
yeah.
easy the easy option here.
Well, and the reason why I have the Focusrite is because my wife had that too. So she wanted to get into music production in
Oh,
terms
okay.
of recording piano and singing over it.
Yeah, then
She's a very
it
talented
just
pianist.
makes sense to do that then. Okay.
Yeah, to have an interface. And so I had that and this mic. She had them. Um, and she just offered to let me use them. We were married at the time and we weren't dating. So she was like, yeah, just go for it. Just mess around. Do what you want to do. I couldn't figure out how to use it. So I did.
Nice. That's cool, dude.
Oh, but it was in the beginning. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. So again, that's what I was saying. That learning curve is very, very high.
Yeah. But I don't know. Other than that, I just the only other thing I really use is, besides making my own sound effects, like not all of them, but I do use like free sounds and Sound Bible
Mm-hmm.
to get some sounds. And then I use Mixcraft 9 Recording Studio is the program I do my edits in. So
Oh, I'm gonna have to see. Okay, I'm gonna say this for all the audiophiles out there, and I'm really sorry. I really do like Audacity.
I used to use that. And see, I picked this up off of a Humble bundle, actually.
Oh,
This
really?
Yeah, this Mixcraft 9. I think they just did another one, or they might have it going on right now. I don't remember, but I saw it again recently. And I've been really happy with it. Like, the edits they have make it really simple. Like, they have a bunch of different filters and tools that you can use to change the sound and equalize it and make it warmer or more peak or whatever needs to
Okay.
be done. So, which
Okay,
really
I'm gonna have
helps
to.
when I'm trying to normalize like 40 different actors. So.
Right. And see, the main reason why I really like Audacity is because I can zoom in and cut as close as I want to on the audio.
Okay, they
I
actually
really do
have
like
that
it.
on here. So
Oh, really?
yeah, like they get really close. I think you like split seconds is what how much you can zoom in. So
I'm gonna have to look at that then because I don't know. For me, Audacity just works really simple because all I'm doing, I don't really need a lot of sound effects.
mm-hmm.
So it's just me, just throwing it in there basically. I just
Yeah,
need to cut and trim it as much as I need to. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at that. You're gonna have to send me that because that's something really interesting. That's the one thing I didn't like a lot about other interfaces or editing softwares is that the way that you trim down audio was really weird.
yeah. This one is actually really nice. Oh, okay, let me just explain a little more before we move. But you can if you cut a spot, you can also like say you want to fix it just a little bit.
Uh
It
huh.
allows you to drag that spot back. So you don't have to undo your cut. You just drag the audio back and it keeps the sound
Oh,
file as full even if you remove that spot. You can make it bigger again and restore it to what it was or just a little less, or so it's really nice that way, which
that's interesting.
yeah, it really helps.
Huh. So wait, so what made you want? I mean, other than probably any obvious reasons around cost,
Yeah.
what made you want to do your own audiobook narration and do your own self-publishing?
uh well, it was the cost, obviously, and then
Right.
it's just easier because I didn't want to deal with a big company. I mean, it does take so much time doing it all on my own. That's the only downside. Like, I could be like probably most weighed down with my third book by now, but instead I'm having to work on the audio production part.
Right.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I'll be happy with how it turned out because I'm putting a lot of work into it, like a lot. It's just to get everything just right for everyone, for so they can have a very pleasant experience when they listen. So
Right. And that makes sense. You know, you do. I mean, I understand that very, very closely because you do want, you know, the best kind of quality for what you can produce. It
yeah,
shows
yeah,
people, you know, how hard you're willing to work at it. So I can totally understand that, you know.
yeah. I mean, I don't hate the idea of one day having a publisher, but they'd have to be like a book publisher wouldn't be bad. That's kind of simple. They just do your cover and stuff. But then again, there's still parts of the books publishers sometimes want you to cut or whatever that
Yeah.
are uh, very important to the story. And I don't know. I don't want to deal with that. At least not yet. Maybe later when I get older and don't want to spend so much time on everything.
When I get older and I don't have the patience for it.
Yeah, exactly.
So what was the hardest thing? Let's do it in order. So what was the hardest thing in your opinion that you had to try and figure out in terms of audiobooks?
In audiobooks? Oof. I
Because
don't
there is a
know.
lot of work that goes into audio work.
Yeah. It's I would just say the process as a whole is kind of hard. Like I said, I had to scrap that whole first book, which
Right.
that kind of hurt to do because some of the voices weren't so good, but then other ones were really good. Like my female voices were terrible. Let's just put it that way. But I did do a few cool male voices, which I'm kind of sad about. But maybe I'll bring a couple of them back at least when I do the revision of it. But yeah, I think as a whole, just the production part and learning how to edit, because especially if you haven't went to school for any of this, which like I said, and I think I told you in the last episode we did together, I did like a theater minor, so it helps with the voice acting, but in terms of audio production, it
Hmm.
doesn't really do much for me there. So
No, yeah, I was in the same boat, so I totally get that. I got my degree in linguistics.
yeah, luckily I've used computers and used to be like a super gamer, like into like since I was like 12 or something. So
Right.
it comes
So,
pretty okay. So
what games did you used to play then when you were a kid?
let's
This is just out
see.
of pure curiosity because I grew up with a lot of different games of what is very popular nowadays.
Yeah. The computer games were mostly Star Wars, and then Westwood Studios Renegade was fun.
Wait a
Uh
minute. When you say Star Wars computer games, are you talking about like KOTOR?
no, before that. It was like Jedi Knight Outcast 2.
Okay.
I was in some clan called Clan Apathy. Still remember it. People in there are pretty cool. I think I like
You
have
should check it
one
out again.
person.
You know, maybe for old time's sake, just load it back up again. You know, don't
Yeah.
see if you can remember your login.
I think I'd have to rebuy the game because I definitely don't have the disc anymore.
No, I recently bought KOTOR 1 and 2 actually.
Okay.
I think it was, you know, I think a total of $8 on Steam. So I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
why not? That's really
Yeah.
cheap. Might as well. And I've never played them. And then here, actually, I will minimize this. So what I have right now on this computer
Uh-huh.
is League of Legends, Among Us, Terraria, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, Star Wars The Old Republic, Eve Online, Magic the Gathering Arena, and Minecraft.
Minecraft. That's nice.
That's all I have. I've never had to buy games for my PC before because I've always had a crappy laptop that couldn't run anything
Yeah.
past low quality games. So,
It's kind of weird how I don't know if you've seen like the videos of Minecraft. I'm not a fan of the game, but it does look really nice with the I'm trying to
with the
think.
RTX on it,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah, I know exactly Yeah.
ray tracing
See,
looks
my
really
thing about the thing that always intrigued me about Minecraft is it's kind of like Skyrim in the way that you can just throw whatever you want into it.
good.
You can mod it like crazy and nobody's going to bat an eye. And the work that goes into some of the mods in Minecraft is so interesting. Um, I remember a friend of mine, he used to be really, really big in a Minecraft building, and they would use different mods, but he worked on one that was kind of like an advanced technology mod. And so there were quantum computing, blocks and these. It was just the weirdest stuff that you would imagine to find in Minecraft, but it was there.
Hmm.
So it's so the internet and the ability to mod games is so crazy because the extent of the modding basically is your imagination.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I never got into it. I'm not that savvy with a computer, but
No, the farthest I ever went was like I made like some skins by editing the colors in one of the games. That was about it.
I mean, hey, that's I did that too recently. I didn't make one, but I took a skin and edited it in Minecraft. So I was like, hey, look, I did something. You
Yeah.
proud of me, mom?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, you think about it, like years ago, like gaming was just gaming for fun and whatever. There wasn't really a career path, even if you were like super good back then. Like
Right.
maybe in CS you'd make like a few thousand or something, but you'd never make the money you're making today. Like some of those people do just streaming and being good at what they do. So it's kind of wild.
No, yeah, absolutely. I remember there was a tournament. So the esports company that I do casting for, they recently had a really big Valorant tournament. I think it was, and I think the prize pot was $2,500.
Yeah. That's not bad for a little tournament though.
No, yeah, it was. I mean, that was the most money I'd ever seen offered in a tournament that I was, that was in a community that I was a part
Yeah.
of. So it's just like, oh wow, this is really cool. There is some money in this.
Yeah, and that's for a small tournament. Some of them are like millions and millions. It's kind of
Oh
crazy.
yeah, Corsair and was it Republic of Gamers and I know Alienware is starting to get really big into it too now.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. We're not going to talk about esports though. I've
Yeah.
already talked about esports like 8 times now. So on the flip side, so instead of audiobooks and the audio section of it, what was the hardest part about self-publishing?
In general, okay. It was kind of figuring out who I wanted to go with and the route I wanted to go with, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. So I started out looking at the different like self-publishing companies. There's Smashwords, there's Amazon, and then Drafted Digital, which is the one I finally settled on. Um, and the reason I chose that is because they have like this system that'll basically make your book look great for free. So all you have to do is you upload your word file, and
Yeah.
then from there it basically transforms it into like a EPUB or I forget the one Amazon uses, but uh,
Kindle file?
yeah, I forget the exact name, but yeah. So it transforms it to that, and then it has like the chapter like logos and stuff like that. It's kind of cool actually. But in general, so besides picking the company, you got the deciding how to kind of go about what you're gonna write, which is what every author originally struggles with, I think.
Right.
And then the editing process. So, and knowing what you want as your cover. Creating a cover is a little difficult, especially if you're not that great at art. so, so, so basically, the presentation for my first book is that's why I'm redoing it, is because the cover wasn't that great, and I
Uh-huh.
didn't have a editor at the time, which I think for the most part it got like good reviews from the people who did read it. So, but there were like a few small minor details that I missed and overlooked after I did get an editor for it.
Okay.
So that'll be in the updated version. Like I can give you a example here. One of my jokes that I was like, oh no, I forgot that. Like, cause in my head I wrote it, but apparently I never wrote it. So the AI talks to the kid, and she says something about the world being round. It's actually flat. And he's like, what? And she's like, just kidding. She at least recently learned about flat earth society or whatever. But then I never actually wrote that she said it was round. I'm like, what? I actually forgot that part. And then yeah, so that's the importance of getting an editor. So
Let that be a lesson, kids. Always get an editor.
yeah.
So wait, so did you ever do like a test read? Like it's like a beta read?
I did not. Like I had like a couple friends read it like before it went massive sell, but they never caught that apparently, or no one said anything about it. So maybe they're in their minds it happened too. So
It was interesting. It's so interesting that you say that because who was it? I actually think it was Patrick Rothfuss who was talking about this recently. When he started writing his series, he said, he would give it to his friends to read, and he said that was a horrible idea. It's because they wanted to be nice, and they would be like, "Oh yeah, I read it. It was super great."
yeah.
And more than likely, none of them either read it, and if they read it, it was so bad, but they didn't want to hurt his feelings.
Oh no.
So it's just like, in my opinion, I think if you are going to do like a test read, it's better to get strangers to do it. Hey everyone. I'd like to take a moment to thank today's amazing sponsor, Pimsleur. Now, I'm really excited about this one, guys. As a linguist, I love learning languages and maintaining them. Pimsleur is the amazing way to go from a beginner to an intermediate speaker of a language in just 30 days. But you may be asking, what languages do they offer? And let me tell you, there are a few. From popular languages like Spanish, Russian, and Mandarin Chinese to other languages like Gaelic, Croatian, Pashto, Turkish, and even Ojibwe. Come on, guys, that's the Native American tribe, the Algonquin language family. Never mind. Pimsleur has over 50 languages to choose from. Whether you have a long commute to work, have time during your lunch break, or you really just want to start learning Korean, Pimsleur is the way to go. So what are you waiting for? Check out the link in the description of this episode and get started on your first 7 days of language learning for free.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just going with an editor. So
I mean, also a better option.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
it definitely helps.
How did you find your editor?
That again on Fiverr. Like
man, there's everything on Fiverr. Holy cow.
It is. It's just like a big independent self publishing and basically independent work platform. So you can find there's some crazy stuff on there too. Like I don't know if you're religious, but there's definitely a con artist on there, and he has like he's made at least probably 20 grand off of it, but he like sends angel energy to you, and people actually pay for it.
What?
Yeah, $15.
No.
Yeah, I'll have to link you. It's crazy, like $15 minimum for 1 day of angel energy. And then like I think it goes to 80 and then 115. And there's people paying for this and giving him 5-star reviews. And he says I'm a psychic, and he's like, the angels want to help you, but you have to pay me. It's basically the cash. So yeah, it's crazy. Like
oh man, I might have to pay him some angel energy, man. I could really use some of that in my life right about now. Let me tell you what, boy.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
Yeah,
I'm in the wrong line of business.
I know. This literally has almost 1,000 reviews, and those are just the people who have reviewed it. Like he's probably.
No, so I was gonna say, let's break this down real quick. At a $15 minimum, if 1,000 people give him reviews, that's already what, $15,000?
Yeah, Yep.
That's crazy.
It
That's
is. It is.
absolutely wild.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. At a very minimum, he's made $15,000 sending people angel energy.
Yep.
Holy cow.
But yeah, I don't know. But anyway, on the editor part.
Jeez, man. Is
so
your editor a con artist too? Because man, you gotta be
no.
careful with Fiverr apparently.
Yeah. There are some that aren't that great. Like it's for anything. Like even some people with high star reviews, I think some people just don't want to like be too mean about it, I guess.
Yeah.
When they review. So you kind of have to watch yourself, and a lot of times it's good to get like a demo, which a lot of people will do. Like they'll do a certain amount of words and give you like, so you'll see what they'll do for the whole book, or
Right, yeah.
depending on what you're trying to get done. So but the first editor I worked with, she wasn't too bad, but she was way more expensive than the second guy. And I think the second guy has done a much better job, in my opinion. Although his wasn't a rush job because I was trying to get it put her on a time scale because I needed it done in time. So that probably didn't help things on my end. But uh, the dude's definitely done a very well job, and I'll keep working with him as long as he'll keep editing books, I guess.
I mean, that is the thing, you know. I don't know. That's one thing that's always scared me is the possibility of expanding, I guess, you know? Cuz
Mhm.
I like being able to be a part of the process, right? I like being able to just see start to finish and know that the product is going to go out like I want it to,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And I imagine that's kind of why you did, you know, self-publishing and all that.
yeah,
But, you know, at some point you have to realize that it is going to get big enough to the point where, yes, you can review the final product, but maybe you're not going to have as much as an, I guess, an integral part in the process of it.
yeah. Yeah. I think as long as I don't, like I said, the only thing bad about it is the time constraint.
Yeah.
Like I want to be putting more books out, but right now it's like I'm working like 8 hours trying to get this done each day.
Right.
Like it's just so much work for these audio edits. It's not even funny. It's like, wow. And then it's not even the audio edits. I mean that does take work to get everything set right, but then also recording on top of that and trying to get my own lines right.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of conflates it and makes it even a longer process.
Yeah. No, I can totally understand that.
Yeah.
Again, because you know, man, it's so crazy how much audiobooks and podcasting have, you know, how similar they are.
Yeah.
Because again, I get that. You know, it used to be where I would think that I could get, you know, 3 episodes done in a week.
Mhm.
And now I'm just like, you know what? I have a lot of other stuff that I'm trying to do too. So I'm just going to do the one episode a week and then just, you know, run with it that way.
Yeah.
Because
Which is
it is a lot of work though.
yeah, it is. It is like especially if you want it done well. That's that's the issue
Yeah.
there too. Because another thing about that is some of these voice actors will send me multiple lines, so I have to kind of pick and choose between them which ones I want to use, like which fits the
Right.
scene better. And it's just like the tone of voice, which one's the best for that particular part. So it's a lot of listening, adding in, recording. It's just
I will say it is really weird listening back to your own voice while you're editing.
yeah, yeah.
It is one of the weirdest things, and I don't think I will ever get used to it because it's just, for me, it's so odd hearing my
Mm.
own voice.
I used to be like that. Like I used to be like, what? That's what I sound like. I don't know. Maybe when I was little or something, like I heard my voice is different. Like for some reason now I hear my voice as it is when it's played back to me.
And you're like,
Uh
that's not me.
No, now it is like me. Like I hear them. But
Oh,
when I was little, I was like, that's not me. Like I don't know what it was, but
there's no
uh
way that that's me. I can't sound like that.
yeah, like now I can kind of hear it in my head as well as like when it's played back. It's kind of strange little
Oh, that's
thing that's
so
happening.
interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know what caused it, but I know it's a lot like that for a lot of people, so
Huh.
yeah.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Never experienced that before where I was like, where I hear myself when I was a kid
Mm.
and then I hear myself now. I was like, oh yeah, I can now see who is who now. But it's just, I don't know.
Just
Just for
you're
me, just
still at
the
that's not me.
yeah, it's just like, is that actually my voice?
Yeah.
Because I've had a lot of people tell me that, oh yeah, you have a voice for podcasting, you have a voice for audiobooks,
Mm.
and with podcasting it's easier because I can just do my normal voice. This is just how I normally speak.
Yeah, I
But with
understand.
audiobooks, sometimes you have to switch into different voices,
Yeah,
and
you have to
that's
go
what's
like
harder.
this and
Here's the thing though, my Spanish voice, like my Spanish announcing voice, is so good.
is it?
I will admit that. I feel super confident in my Spanish announcing voice.
What do you mean by announcing voice? Like,
Okay, so I'll put it to you this way. So, whenever you hear certain things in Spanish, the thing that immediately comes to mind is a soccer, like a football game announcer. So
mhm.
in Spanish, it's called football. It's soccer,
Yeah.
and so it's like I remember. So I mentioned this. I've mentioned this several times, so everybody is not going to be, unaware of this. But I served my mission in Southern California. I
Mm.
served a mission for my church in Southern California, and I remember my one of the first guys I ever worked with on my mission. We would joke around, and I was a Spanish speaking missionary, so we would say a lot of our lessons or a lot of what we had planned to say uh, when we were doing our studies. We would do it in just this crazy announcer voice, just like, y ahora estamos aquí preparando para enseñar a esa persona lo que tenemos que compartir con ellos. And it sounds like I feel really, really confident in my Spanish voice. But
Yeah.
with my English voice, not at all.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah. Or
That's
with
cool though.
another language. For some reason I feel so much more confident saying things in other languages than I do in English.
How many languages do you know?
Okay, so I'm gonna share this with everybody just because it's funny. So for linguists, that is the number one question that we get asked,
Yeah.
hands down. How many languages do you speak? So specifically, I speak English and Spanish fluently. Those are the two languages that I know down pat.
Mm.
Now, within the linguistics community, or in the department where I went to school, there we had a joke where asking a linguist how many languages they know is like asking a botanist how many plants they know. Because a lot of linguists focus on a particular part of language.
Mm.
So some of my favorite classes were historical linguistics, and I specifically call myself a phonetician. I liked sounds. I liked the phonetics and the phonology of words. So basically, the sounds and the sound components that make up words, basically.
Okay.
So that was what I wanted to focus on. So I took a lot of classes in phonology and morphology and in phonetics. Basically, just how you break up words and what different words mean and how you say them.
Okay.
And then there were other students who were really big into sociolinguistics, so how language and society mix and function together, and really, really interesting topics about that kind of stuff too. I remember we talked about an issue called linguicism, which is basically judging somebody based on the manner in which they speak.
Okay. That's
And
kind of
it's not a
interesting.
thing that people consciously do. For example, my mom was one of these people. She really, really had it out for the Southern accent. because, you know, whenever you hear a Southern accent, there's an immediate connotation that goes along with it.
Yeah.
And everybody does it. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows that negative Southern connotation that comes with the accent. And so my mom didn't want her kids being associated with that because we were growing up in the South.
Mm.
So
So she kind of focused on trying to make sure you guys didn't speak that way.
Speak properly. Yeah. So, and it's not, you know, it is a bad thing because there are a lot of studies show that it's, you know, that it can affect a lot of decisions in a lot of ways.
Mm.
But the thing is that it really is ingrained in who you are. It's not just oh, hey, you know, this is just how you speak and I'm going to make fun of you for it.
Yeah.
It's very subconscious. Nobody realizes that they're acting that way whenever they do that kind of stuff.
Huh.
So it was just the accent that, you know, she didn't want people making associations about her kids based on how they spoke.
Yeah, I understand that. Especially, it's not really so much a Midwestern thing, but I would say like some parts in the North, kind of are like, weary about people that speak that way, I guess.
Or I'll give it to you another way. You know, if I said, what does somebody from California sound like? More than likely, you would come up with
Some
a
surfer
voice in your
thing.
head. Yeah, exactly. Some surfer guy, you know?
Yeah.
That's the first thing that would pop into your head and the kind of voice that would pop in, right?
Yeah.
You can do it for almost any region of the United States.
Yeah.
You know, if I said, you know, what would somebody from Michigan sound like? Or not Minnesota. You would automatically go to that, you know, northern Midwestern, or not Midwestern, that central, like northern central United States kind of accent that people have from around that area. And then you would immediately move to how they dress, you know, what they do for a living. A lot of people do that.
Mm.
So, especially, you know, when you're thinking about, you know, people from either New York, from the South, from California, and, you know, that kind of stuff. And it was super interesting to learn about. But I liked weird sounds that people made whenever they spoke.
Well, I mean, whatever you like.
I know, right? And it was super weird because I totally thought that I was going to get into research and go get a master's. And then I started podcasting because Corona happened.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of how I felt. I mean, I was supposed to be in the Peace Corps right now.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
My dad actually worked in the Peace Corps. We talked about a little bit of an experience in the last episode that we just released.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. Where were you supposed to go?
Ethiopia, actually. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was supposed to teach English. Now that we're speaking about languages, but
you know, honestly, teaching English is one of the most. I really enjoy teaching English. I taught English when I was on my mission. We volunteered at an adult school in Southern California. In a part of, it was a city called Chino. And so I love teaching English. It's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah. I was excited for it, but then it got delayed so long. At this point, I'm just like, I don't know.
I've got a book that I'm working on.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go at this point. It's supposed to be next February, maybe. Like this, it's still all up in the air, especially with the stuff going on in Ethiopia right now, which is kind of wild.
No, yeah, I can understand that. So this is completely and randomly tangential, but it kind of, you know, gets the point across as well with that whole uncertainty about the future.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of my best friends, she's getting married on the same day that my wife and I got married this year.
Okay.
Just a year apart, basically. And so we've decided that we're going to take couples honeymoons, or like couples anniversary trips, basically.
Yeah.
Because we got married on the same day. My wife knows, you know, her. I know her husband. But we said that we were going to plan a trip for Ireland for 2022.
Yeah.
And then we're just like, but let's keep it in the air because, you know, we never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, especially at this point, it's just like,
yeah.
I mean, hopefully it gets better with, I think the vaccines are supposed to they said they're gonna be wide available for even like people my age, your age,
Yeah,
at the
I
end of
know.
May. But we'll see how that all plays out. So.
Oh my gosh. You know, I just, as much as I want to talk about the vaccines, I'm not going to put it here.
Yeah.
Because that's a very delicate topic that I don't think anybody really wants to talk about right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm ready to go see a concert.
Yeah, for sure.
Are there any cancerts that you are dying to go see?
I don't know. I usually I like all music except country. Can't stand it. But
You and I are in the same boat.
yeah, so I'll go see whatever. The last one I went to see was Guns N' Roses, but
Whoa, when was this?
2019, yeah, somewhere around there.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I remember before quarantine hit, my friend, he went to go see, he got front seat tickets to go see Tool live.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he said he spent a good penny on that.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Apparently, I also didn't know this. Apparently, Santana was doing a concert not far from where I lived at the time for $5 a ticket.
Yeah, I like Santana.
Oh, I grew up with Santana, man. You know, my dad married a Venezuelan woman. You know, he spoke Spanish. My mom loved Santana. So yeah, of course, Santana was always playing in my house when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, we had the DVD version too of one of his concerts. It was I can see the artwork of the DVD box very, very clearly.
Mm-hmm.
But it had the music videos for Corazón Espinado with Maná. It had the one with Maria Maria. With
I like that song.
That's a really good song.
Yeah.
I can't remember the group that he did that with though. And then it also had the music video with Rob Thomas for what's that song? Now I'm making myself seem like a bad fan now. It's Smooth with Rob, Santana with Rob Thomas, yeah. And then I think there was another one. It was Santana with Everclean. It was called Turn Your Lights On or Keep Your Lights On. Oh my gosh. With oh no, I am a bad fan. I can't remember this song. Santana. I'm checking myself. Leave Your Lights On with Everlast. That's who it was. Put Your Lights On with Everlast. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It had that one on there too. But oh my gosh, Love of My Life. That's what it is. Love of My Life.
Okay.
It was the DVD for Love of My Life. That's what it was. Oh, but now I'm gonna have to go and listen to Santana when this is all over because I miss Santana, dude. That's such a good. Yeah. He's such an amazing guitarist too.
He is. He's really smooth. Like his. What?
No, because are you just saying that because of the song with Rob Thomas?
Oh no. I mean,
okay. Here's just a random question.
Yeah.
Random question. Who are your top 3 favorite guitarists?
I don't know really.
Because there's some really good ones out there.
Yeah. I don't know if I have a top 3. I mean, I have a favorite, but I'm pretty sure that's 90% of people. So,
who's your favorite? Is it Slash?
Yeah. So.
I will have to say one of my favorite guitarists of all time will forever and always be Will Swan from the band Dance Gavin Dance.
Dance Gavin Dance.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be maybe it's gonna be a genre you like. I don't know, but it's a really, really good band, and Will Swan is just. He's amazing. He's such a good, solid guitarist.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to.
Okay.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So here's what we're gonna do. Okay.
All right.
I recently got a thing because of the client that I use. They were offering a free month of a specific service. I won't name it here because they're not sponsored or they're not sponsoring us yet. So I'm gonna just randomly flip through these and stop, and this is gonna be the last question of the night.
All right.
So this is a hypothetical question. Oh gosh, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, if you could start a secret society, what would its goals, or what would be its goals, and who would you include?
A secret society. Ooh.
Yeah, I know this. Again, these are random questions. I don't prepare these ahead of time.
That's kind of crazy. Man, am I like a cult leader?
I mean, if you get popular, you kind of might be. Like, I mean, like super popular, like, you know, like J.K. Well, not J.K. Rowling. Let's not say that. Like Brandon Sanderson, famous.
Huh. That's a hard question.
I know, right? Like, I'm even trying to think of this. Like, first, okay, let's try and come up with one together. So, first off, you have to think of a name. You have to think of a really decent name
For our cult/secret society.
Yeah. Now, I think it would be more secret society because cult makes it seem very religious. I would make this very religious.
I guess so.
Okay, what would be the main goal of this society first? I've got it. Okay, this is perfect. Okay. So, you know those little I don't really know what to call them, but those I really don't know what to call them. Those little stations that you find in some cities where it's just like you open up a little door and it's just like a little mini library in them.
Oh, yeah, like the book exchange, I think.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Basically, to make heavy duty book exchange. Like, you know, you find all these random boxes that are like hard locked and, you know, with, you know, padlocks on them and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And all that's in them are really good books.
Just so
and you put them everywhere, all over the world. Just like these heavy duty, nondescript, no wording, no nothing on it, that just has a really heavy duty padlock on it.
So they can't get inside, they can just see what's inside.
No. And here's the thing. If you're a member of the secret society,
you have a key.
You have a key, or there's like a clue, or kind of like one of those geocache things to where you can find a key.
Okay.
And then go get some books. And in some you could put like super rare books and, you know, whatever, or you could put in and then you can make that a rule that, you know, you can only take one book. And that there are people who check and, you know, that kind of stuff where, you know, it would be a really secret society where, you know, if you're going to be a part of this, you have to follow the rules. And if you don't follow the rules, there are going to be consequences.
And to get in, you have to offer up a rare book in exchange. That's
or something, you know, like it could be like the oldest book that you own, you know, the coolest book that you own, your first book that you read 10 times, you know, whatever. That'd be the coolest secret society ever.
And then you just make those people you like,
we have a secret handshake and everything.
Yeah. And then everyone else would be like, why can't I get into these books?
Oh no, but see, here's the thing. This is how I would make it seem even more like, make it seem even stranger, is that there's no glass on it. It's just like a lock, like a safe door kind of.
Okay. So they're just like, what's inside?
Yeah, it's just like one of these boxes that's just sitting on the side of the road that's chained down and bolted down to the ground. And you can't get it out. And you're just like, why are these all over? And then everybody's soon to find out there's like 400 around the world that just popped up overnight, you know?
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be my secret society. But here, you have to help me. We have to come up with a name, though. This is going to be the last thing. We have to come up with a name. Because bibliophile, that seems too obvious. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. Probably like something like the Keepers or something.
No, see, what I was thinking was like, so you know how in a lot of sci-fi fantasy novels that they don't call Earth, they call it Terra.
Mm-hmm.
You could call it the Terran Librarians.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, I don't know. I kind of like the Keepers though, because That does make it seem kind of, oh, you have to get in with the keepers, and then you can get into their super secret safe.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, though. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, see, no. This is perfect blend. Perfect blend. What it's going to be is that it's going to be called the Terran Librarians, but in order to get into the society, you have to go through the keepers, and they're the ones who start the process. They're the keepers of secrets.
There you go.
I'm not going to lie. If I make millions of dollars,
That's what you're
which
gonna
is
do.
vastly unlikely, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy, little, how big are that? Like 3 square foot plots of city and just bolt in some massive safes that you can't break into that hold just books in it.
That'd be nice. I don't know. Yeah, that'd be cool.
And do absolutely no advertising for it.
Yeah.
Just like,
they show up one day and
You
they're
have to
like,
ask the
"What's
right
that?"
people kind of thing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Some guy just bought that. So
Oh, that'd be so cool. And then, there's a coffee shop across the street. And you go in there one day, hey, what's up with the box? And you have to talk to this one specific person at a specific day, at a specific time, and only they will give you the first hint.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be super cool. All right, we're going to make a pact. In 30 years, if either one of us has made millions of dollars off of what we do, they have to start the process.
All right, I'm down.
Did we just make a secret? We just hit a cult.
Yeah, a book cult. That's all right.
It's fine. It's cool.
as long as we don't add sacrificing for books, we're okay.
To initiate, you have to sacrifice your favorite book over like a blue fire.
Yeah.
Book sacrifices. That's what we're into.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh no. This is a horrible idea. Watch, now somebody's going to listen to this and be like, that actually sounds really good. And they're going to go out and do it.
Yeah. I could see someone doing that.
Oh, that would be so cool, honestly. James, thank you so much for coming on and doing another one. This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun talking about this kind of stuff. Again,
yeah,
largely tangential, but that's kind of what we go for,
Yeah.
So please, before you go, tell everybody about yourself. Tell them the stuff that you want them to know.
What do I want you to know?
That is the question.
No, I just write books and edit them and edit audiobooks and just.
Where can they find you?
On nextlifeuniverse.com.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for listening to this episode. Hopefully you're excited for this clip.
That's
you're
awesome.
going to see that in the bonus content
Yeah,
that we're going to be releasing.
Hope they
But
enjoy
I'm
that
actually
little
super excited for it.
preview
Hopefully you guys
we're
enjoy
going
it
to
too.
give them, so.
Yeah,
And you should definitely tune in next week because we're starting another series.
I'm gonna save
And
it for when
you'll find out then who it's with, but it's with some really, really great people, really cool people who I've been able to meet and get to know. So hopefully you enjoy that next week. But until then, we'll see you on the next one.
I introduced somebody to this. And they started looking at it and they said, whoa, this sounds really cool, because she really likes indie authors and self-published authors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I'm gonna have to check this out, this is really cool. So at least you've got one new fan from this.
Nice.
Which is better than none.
Did they say good things?
So far she said it was interesting. That was last week. I'm gonna ask her this week if she's started reading anything, so I will let you know.
All right, nice.
Okay,
well, thanks again.
Thank you for coming on. And to everybody listening, guys, just hear me out here. Just take a minute, get some sunlight, get some water, because you have to remember, you're basically houseplants with complicated emotions. Okay, just get some water. Bye.